Join us on Patreon and become part of our journey to uncover history's untold stories. Your support helps us create in-depth content, bring hidden narratives to life, and keep history alive for everyone.
The history of Black natives in the Cherokee Nation is a complex and often misunderstood narrative that weaves together the experiences of indigenous and African-descended peoples in North America. While mainstream history often glosses over or simplifies these intricate relationships, the reality is far more layered, filled with alliances, struggles, and a shared fight for survival. The intersections of African and Native American histories have been obscured by centuries of colonization, racial stratification, and systemic erasure. However, these hidden truths are vital to understanding the broader tapestry of American history. The Cherokee Nation, one of the most well-known indigenous nations in North America, had a long and complicated history with African-descended people. Black individuals found themselves within Cherokee society through various means, including enslavement, intermarriage, voluntary assimilation, and forced relocation. Over time, these Black natives played an integral role in shaping Cherokee society, from contributing to its economy to fighting alongside Cherokees in times of war. Yet, their place within the Cherokee Nation has been contested, ignored, and often rewritten. Understanding the history of Black natives in the Cherokee Nation requires peeling back layers of historical narratives imposed by colonial powers and re-examining the lived experiences of those who walked the land before us. While their existence and contributions have been minimized, their stories remain powerful testaments to resilience, identity, and cultural fusion. By uncovering these forgotten truths, we illuminate a past that challenges rigid racial categorizations and acknowledges the fluid, multifaceted identities that have always existed in America. The arrival of African people in what would become the Cherokee Nation was not a monolithic event, but rather a gradual process shaped by external influences. European colonization introduced new racial and economic structures that disrupted indigenous societies, forcing them to adapt to survive. The Cherokees, like many other indigenous nations, were impacted by the transatlantic slave trade and the subsequent expansion of European settler economies. However, unlike the rigid racial hierarchy that developed within white American society, Cherokee society had different approaches to race and identity that allowed for greater fluidity. The concept of citizenship and belonging within Cherokee communities was often determined by cultural integration rather than strict racial classifications. One of the most significant aspects of Black natives in the Cherokee Nation is their involvement in the political, social, and military affairs of the tribe. Despite facing discrimination from both white settlers and sometimes even from within Cherokee society, Black natives proved themselves as vital contributors to the nation's resilience. They farmed, built infrastructure, served as interpreters, and fought in battles that shaped the future of the Cherokee people. Some Black natives even rose to positions of prominence within Cherokee leadership, advocating for their rights and the rights of others who had been marginalized. The forced removal of the Cherokee Nation, commonly known as the Trail of Tears, was a catastrophic event that affected all members of Cherokee society, including Black natives. While mainstream narratives often focus on the suffering of Cherokee citizens, the plight of Black natives during this period remains underexplored. Some Black natives were enslaved and forcibly relocated alongside their Cherokee enslavers, while others sought refuge in different communities or attempted to negotiate their freedom amidst the chaos. The shared trauma of displacement forged deeper bonds between Black and Indigenous peoples, reinforcing their interconnected histories. After the Civil War, the status of Black natives within the Cherokee Nation became even more contentious. The U.S. government imposed new policies that redefined citizenship within the Cherokee Nation, leading to disputes over who was considered a legitimate member. The freedmen, former slaves of the Cherokee, were granted citizenship in the tribe following the Treaty of 1866, but their inclusion was met with resistance from some Cherokee citizens who viewed them as outsiders. This struggle for recognition has persisted for over a century, with legal battles over the rights of Black natives continuing into the 21st century. Despite efforts to erase their presence, Black natives in the Cherokee Nation have maintained their cultural heritage and continue to fight for their rightful place within the tribe. Their legacy is a testament to the enduring strength of blended identities and the power of resilience in the face of historical erasure. By recognizing and honoring their contributions, we not only correct the historical record but also affirm the rich diversity that has always been a part of Cherokee history. As we delve deeper into these forgotten truths, we challenge ourselves to see history beyond binary racial constructs and acknowledge the lived experiences of those who defied categorization. The story of Black natives in the Cherokee Nation is not just a historical footnote. It is a crucial chapter in the larger story of America, one that demands to be heard, remembered, and celebrated.